ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ń lé gbogbo ìgbà ni máa ń sọ fún yín ṣòrí tó bá dàárọ̀ nísìn wọ́n máa ṣí job center yìí àwọn èèyàn ṣe kíni wá síbẹ̀ wá gba ẹ̀tọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́ ìjọba torí pé responsibility government òun ni kó ṣe kíni òun ni kó take care everybody tó bá ti dago mẹ́sàn-án within the next 1 hour people are going to come here to the job center to ask for their rights as citizens of the country. This is what Nigeria failed to provide for millions of you. As you can see, the job center is there for a purpose. And that other building is a business center for entrepreneurs. For 63 years, Nigeria could not provide the basic jobs for many Nigerians. And the reason for that is because of the corruption, the stealing of the wealth of Nigerians that was taken to different parts of the globe, and they could not build a better Nigeria because industry would have provided many jobs through the private entrepreneur, self-employed businesses and the government, but public sector. But unfortunately today, for the last 63 years, many Nigerians do not have a job. And you don't have a job because it's a purpose that if you don't have a job, you cannot think. Your brain will be fluctuated, you'll be depressed, there will be worst of you that will now commit crime. So this building that I've shown you so many times, I'm here again in this area. You can see this building. They're walking around there today. You can see it's scaffolding already. But today, many people will be coming there asking for their rights. But many of you that we have told so many times that Bola Tinubu, the president, is now trying to find solution to 60 million Nigerians that are out of job. If you look at every vehicle traveling today, every vehicle, every one of them, they have a mission, either self-employed, either employed by an organization, because they have already invested on the road, security, electricity, water. So all these businesses that you see are operating because there's a good system that allows investors to want to invest. You can see, you can work in different sectors. People have been taken to school. Those that have physical challenge, I want to a little bit of disability. But unfortunately, for 63 years, Nigeria could not provide all these businesses to have traveled down and invest in a country like Nigeria because there's no security, there's no opportunity, and investors do not like where there is no opportunity. And this is why we are asking the question again: what is the essence of being in a country where for 63 years no industry, and the ones that were there prior before the failed regional government, the regional government that was eventually scattered, many of them, right, could not survive. As you can see, all these businesses, all these businesses, that is a church. That church does not have anybody to come in there and start praying when they should be on their way to work. But as we continue to tell you, and you refuse to listen, we will not stop telling you. It is my job to tell you, explain to you, and give you the understanding that I need the rocket science to know that in Nigeria should have been built, for 24 years. Development do not need, 100 years, to be built. But unfortunately, Nigerians are thinking that there are politicians that are so corrupt, that have stolen the wealth that belongs to you. They've stolen it. When the world is moving away from, as many of other source of power, you can see charging ports for vehicles. When they are already working towards renewable electricity, Nigerians are still sleeping in darkness. So many of you have not experienced 63 years of constant electricity for 63 years. You have to have power interruption. You are charging your device, the power goes off, and that is the end of it. You are using a computer, your power goes off, the computer shut down because there is no power to feed it. Even if you're using a laptop, the battery would eventually fall apart after a couple of hours. So how do you work in the stock market from home? How do you work with other businesses? If you have a meeting, how do you engage that kind of meeting when there's no electricity? The infrastructure that should have been built, the money for those infrastructure were stolen by individuals, groups of people, international and multinational, companies. And today, many Nigerians are still hoping that something will change and Nigeria will be a prosperous and a very important player in the global economy. You are wasting your time. The end of Nigeria is here, and we will continue to expose it as much as possible. Have a very good morning. My name is Olami Koiki. This is Koiki Media, bringing the world closer and closer to your doorstep as it has never been seen before. Today is the 11th day of September 2023, and I say have a very great day until we catch up again later on. Follow us on all our social media handle so that you can keep up to date with some of the activities when it comes to the right to self-determination of the Yoruba Nation campaign.